All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nathan Hughes, Golden Heart Hospitality. Just chilling here. I want to take some time with a new little camera setup here to talk about what it means to set up a staff for a Golden Heart infusion. So, when it comes down to service standards and industries in hospitality, I was just like speaking with an extreme service professional that I know, an executive chef who's doing a lot of stuff, and he has a great couple restaurants and one of his venues I worked for, and the staff has changed. It's been 5 years, and their programs have changed, their systems have changed. I've left the building, and I want to bring back some stuff for them. And I was thinking of Batch Gastropub out here in Miami, what I could do for them, and they remind me kind of his venue out here. And it's just like, what makes a staff ready? And I just realized they're not ready for a golden heart standard of food, wine, mixology, champagne, pairings, experiences, and showmanship. It's just like they're not ready for the full package. So how do you get a human being ready? And I'm coming up with this thing I'm calling the temperature reading. And I want to go in, talk to a staff, and introduce these concepts at large, but also get to the heart of the matter. Are people ready to properly greet a table consistently every time? I mean, going beyond just the hello and into a true structured concept and presentation that creates a venue brand. And that's where I want to challenge people to get them beyond the hello into the water service experience and into like when you offer the water to create an act or a flow of service. And I just think like the best way to do it is to go in and let people do their best, try their best. Like how do you get people to submit to a greater standard than what they already believe? You got to put them on the spot. You got to ask them what they know. You got to see the dimensions of generalities for dishes and the ways to sell them, drinks and the ways to sell them, champagne and wine and the ways to sell them. It's kind of difficult to have it all at once, and that's why I've created these systems. So the introductory process where I ask them, hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nathan Hughes. My name is Nathan. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'll be taking care of you. If you can do something just like that, like that's enough to break the standard that I see at the past like 6 places I've gone. It's like crazy to see. But hello, introduce yourself, welcome to the venue, tell them about the concept, ask what the occasion is, get into favorites, and open up some drinking concepts. That's what I need people to start with. And if you can do that, then you can move on to the next phase, which is the food spiel. You can talk about food identities on a professional standard that take them to the next level. And some menus are small, some are large, some are right in the middle. There's so many ways to look at it. But there are professional standards in place to create implementation for people to feel the permission to open up their wallets and time and spend money based on the service professional, increasing that flow of money. Like you have many venues where people aren't putting this effort, and then when someone does put in the effort, the sales go up. So that's what it is. So if you're in denial of that, or you need help accessing that, you're an owner, you're an operator, you're a manager, or you're a server or bartender, and you think it might be missing, or you're leaving money on the table, this is where we can really make an exponential increase. So yeah, creating the powerful greet, I think, is the foundation of showmanship, to clear confidence and to access a reality check for what am I doing? Can I handle this process? Like, am I a professional? Like, you have to ask yourself that. Check into the reality of what you're doing and how much money you could actually make from the goodness of your heart. All right, so when it comes down to this standard in operation of this greeting, what I'm considering is doing the temperature read on the staff, finding out where the holes are, seeing who's willing to operate professionally and who isn't, and not necessarily why that's happening, but really like this is the standard and we're all moving in this direction. And we're going to practice this until it becomes secondhand nature in order for you to get other systems in place that are really going to make you money and really make this venue off the charts for service. So yeah, if I come into your venue, I'm gonna want to take your staff, randomly select a few of them, ask them a couple of questions, and see what's going on. And then we're going to apply statistical analysis of the generalities that are probably missing in the rest of your staff. And you can bring me your strong members. You can bring me your weak members, and we can talk about the holes that need filled of knowledge, the holes that need filled of professionalism, and the ones that we can create the ones that we can fill in personality when we culminate all these together. So I want to start there. And then I would do a large presentation about hospitality, about sales, about service, about the industry, about what we can do, about what Golden Heart Energy is, and what techniques are truly available to us as people that we're kind of unaware of and we deserve. And your company is creating this and hired me to create this impact. And we're taking this very seriously. And we're going to make so much money, have so much fun, and people are going to love being here. So like, this is what life is about, vibrating at a powerful frequency with reciprocity in hand. So welcome to the show. So then I would get this going and get people on board. You got to get people on board for the training. So that's what it would be. And we would talk to them about that there's going to be some work involved. There's going to be so much to gain. And then there's going to be a lot of compliments coming in. You're going to feel that positive vibration. And we will have games and giveaways and positive rewards for the staff. So it has to be done. After this initial phase of the greeting breakdown, the staff readiness, is your staff ready for this? That's a huge thing. So it's like, if they're ready for it and they're willing to embrace it, and I don't sense the problems that we could have that are like totally in the way of your venue, like your managers are the problem, or your owner's the problem, or maybe you're and it's not your staff, or it's like supplies, or whatever it could be. There's all kinds of ways to raise the bar of the service that I can isolate and create for your staff. But the impact and the value that you receive, they have to be ready to receive it. And yes, you can force them and it'll be wonderful. But I'd like to actually create some natural momentum and then give you honest feedback. And you get a reality-based situation, maybe you should fire somebody or hire somebody. So after that first implementation, we would move directly into the food. There would be food exams. There would be food knowledge. I would teach the new standard of how to speak, and I would teach them how to speak about food properly, and teach them how to speak about dishes, flavor profiling, and food pairings, and just different ways to speak about it with a cutting edge process of using the English language. And then it would gear them to be ready for the next element, which would probably be mixology, wine, and champagne. These are three super premium qualities, but the food and the cocktails is the bread and butter of most places. So I'd probably be giving you that as your intro stuff, and then you would move into these more complex values of wine and champagne to unlock your venue's true potential. Because the pairings and the experiences is where life really takes place. So we can take all the generalities and stuff, but when you get specialty items and specialty moments, and you inspire your staff and you build a wonderful venue, this is what it's about. Well, how do you have it on the menu if it's not being sold and your staff doesn't know how to sell it? So let me give you my life's work and offer this to you. So think about what would happen after they have the power of the greeting. Then they have a true food foundation and a cutting edge sales techniques on it. Then they have a powerful way to speak about cocktails and wine and champagne like never before. They have the confidence to serve it, confidence to experience it, and they know how to do it better than other people. And then you can move into larger concepts where your venue can do more specialized services, or they'll just be dialing in so hard that you're really going to create a positive energy flow like you've never seen before in the venue. And you'll have a culture with a foundation of powerful hospitality. Thank you so much. I mean, this is the beginning. Here we go.